Hey, good morning, world. This is Ty with Dr. Detail. Today I want to discuss paperwork with you. And reason being is because uh, when you're in the mobile detailing business, it's a lot of things that you want to keep track of. You want to keep track of the vehicles you've done, the job that you're doing, the cost of the job, the mileage, how long it took you to do it, the number of vehicles, things like that for further review of things, because you might need to go back. You may have had an issue, or you may have had a complaint, or you may just need to review or refresh your memory about something. For whatever reason, it's important to keep track of everything you're doing. It's important to keep track of the receipts and gas mileage and things of that sort. So today I just want to talk about a couple of things that, as a mobile detailer, that I, in my opinion, think are very helpful as far as keeping track of. And one thing that I think is very important with keeping track of is the customer's information. As much information as you can get as far as first and last name, address, and vehicle type. Those three things are, the first three, my top, in my opinion, my first three top important things that you need. For instance, if you want to do follow-ups with your customer, if you got these three pieces of information: the customer's first and last name, address, and the vehicle type, then when you will be able to do a follow-up with your customers. After you complete the initial detail, you'll be able to do a follow-up maybe 2-3 months down the road, or where have you, depending on the services that you provided, to where you can do a follow-up with this customer and let them know, hey, this is Ty from Dr. Detail, just doing a follow-up, just seeing how things turned out and seeing if you were satisfied. And that way, that's an opportunity for you to build a relationship with this potential client, and or offer a smaller package. Say you completed a full interior detail, meaning just the whole nine. You did everything in the interior, and you charge $175 for that. And 30 to 60 days down the line, depending on how that person's living, that the vehicle was just recently detailed, so it's not going to need that much done to it within a 30 to 60 day span. You still may need to get in there and remove a stain or two or whatever, but 9 times out of 10 it won't be as bad as it was when you first completed the detail. So now you can offer this customer a smaller package. You did that detail for $175 and that came with everything. Here I am 2 months later doing a follow-up with you, and you may not need anything done to the seats or the floors, but you may need to touch up on all your hard surfaces and a thorough vacuuming. So now I can come through and offer you a smaller package for that. So yeah, on my list, as far as paperwork goes, my number one thing is customer info. Okay, we just went over that, customer info. All right. Customer info, meaning first and last name. First and last name. Y'all bear with me. I still like to, I'm familiar with technology and all of that, but I still like to write some things down, First and last name, address, because if you remember the address, when you do your follow-up, you can kind of base the package that you're going to offer, because this follow-up that you'll be doing, you may be doing a follow-up with a guy that's 7 minutes around the corner, and then you have another follow-up with one that you did 35, 40 minutes away from where you reside from. So you want to take that into consideration, your gas or whatever, and vehicle type. That's something else that you can take into consideration when you are offering a smaller package. You can take that into consideration. If you did a big SUV 3-row and you charged them $200 for it, then it'll be well worth it for you to come through for $95 or whatever to just basically do a touch up. All right, so number one is customer info. Number two Um, I would say you want to keep track of your gas mileage. You definitely want to keep track of that. Gas mileage. You want to keep a good track of that because, for one, that's one thing that you can file on your taxes or whatever. And then for your own personal reasons, that way you keep track of how much is spent, on gas per week or per month or however you want to do it. So that way you will know how much you need to put aside for your fuel for the month or for the week or whatever. Because some weeks you may have more details than others. So some weeks, you may not burn as much fuel. But I know a lot of mobile detailers that maybe their only source of transportation, like me, because I took my personal vehicle and transitioned it over to my mobile detailing vehicle, which is what I like to call the doctor's office. Doctor detail, doctor's office. But anyway, yeah. So you definitely want to keep track of the gas mileage so that way you can know what to put aside and what to have, because you gotta have your fuel. You gotta have that fuel in order for you to get to these clients or customers' homes. I would say keep track of your chemicals, solutions, or whatever method of cleaning you use. Keep track of that because we use a lot of chemicals. A lot of solutions is used to get these cars up to par, to get them as clean as the customer wants them to be. And you want to keep track of that so that way you can stay fully stocked. You don't want to, it's nothing like being on site doing a detail and you run out of solution. I've had that happen to me quite a few times in the beginning. So you definitely want to keep track of your chemicals and your solutions so that way you can stay fully stocked and you'll never run out if you just keep track of what you got going on. At the end of the day, just go extra. At the end of the day, take that extra hour or whatever it'll take for you to just take a quick look. Just take a quick look. You don't even take all of that. Just take a quick look at your chemicals. Try to remember what was there before you started using, so that way you will know, all right, well, the big SUV, I used half a bottle or whatever, to get the job done, or however you had to get it done. Just keep track of it as much as you can. You can do it daily, you can do it weekly, you can have your inventory sheet posted inside your van or your vehicle to do your checkoffs or whatever every time you do use something. So you definitely want to keep track of your chemicals as far as paperwork goes. Well, right now, I'm just now, getting my YouTube channel started up, so I don't want any of my videos to be any longer than about 10 to 15 minutes. So we just getting started. I feel like these three things: customer information, meaning first and last name, address, and vehicle type, gas mileage, and chemicals. I feel like those three things are very crucial as far as keeping track of them. So this is Ty with Dr. Detail. Shout out to everybody in the detailing community. Keep doing what you're doing, keep striving, and keep going. Dr. Detail.